Well, our chair and the chair guest today is a member of Sunshine Cathedral, active in ministry here at Sunshine Cathedral. You would see her more often at 9 o'clock because she does the sign language interpretation at 9 o'clock. We have a couple of people who are hearing impaired, and so she signs for them at 9 o'clock. She also signs for the Gay Men's Chorus, and she's a dancer, and she's a gardener, and you're going to hear all about her many physical activities. She's a very kinesthetic, very athletic sort of person. Would you please welcome Karen Dougherty?
Good morning.
So she's wearing a tank top and sandals. Earlier I said, what, no shorts?
I knew this was today.
Because she is very fit, she's very strong. She was a mail carrier for 30 years, 25 years?
28.
28, I was about right both times. And for 28 years, so she walked and walked and walked, and she's a dancer, and she signs with her hands, and she's an expert gardener. In fact, she and her wife, Cathedral, are the pastor's personal landscape architects. So she's very physical. And so her ministry is an embodied ministry. She uses her body for ministry, so she's going to tell us about that. So your ministry is kinesthetic, it is embodied. You're a sign language interpreter and a dancer and a gardener. How did you get involved in all of these ways of serving with your body?
Well, the easiest one, we'll start with dancing, is when I was a young girl, I used to watch Shirley Temple movies. I got old enough in 9th grade to babysit for the dance teacher, therefore pay for my classes. So that's why I started dancing, because Shirley, I'm down with Shirley. Sign language, when I was delivering mail, I met a woman who was deaf and blind, so I learned sign language to change it into the Helen Keller method of sign language. And the one thing I took away from her was she always would say, it's better than nothing. And that was her philosophy in life, so that no matter what came her way, it was better than nothing. And that influenced my life greatly, this woman. And gardening. I used to work on a golf course before delivering mail, and I grew Bermuda grass and zoysia grass and South Florida grasses, and that's where my true love of gardening started, was just growing and maintaining golf courses.
She's told at 9 o'clock, she said that she started out by growing grass, and the choir went nuts. I don't know what that was about. I think because the sign for grass was this, and so they got all silly back there.
I tried to project them by specifically saying what grass it was.
But so everything you did was, well, except for the dancing, which you paid for by serving someone else.
True.
But the other two things were all in service. Like you have become, like you just sort of grew into using your physical self into helping other people live better lives. Like, well, I've never heard of a mail carrier saying, I learned sign language because someone on my roots. I mean, that's amazing. Really? Come on. Because someone on her roots.
Thank you. Well, I mean, if she's going the extra mile, I can go the extra mile for her. But she was a true inspiration in my life. I did learn a lot more than sign language from her. I mean, but yeah, and I wouldn't have talked about it quite so openly because my manager probably would have said, I think you're spending too much time at that house.
Right.
But no, she was. I mean, when people come into your life like that, they're there for a reason, and I'm thankful for having known her.
Sometimes people, there's one person in the family that's really involved in church, the other one not so much, but your whole family, you and your wife Kathy are both here. She's on the board, she does Lights for the Lord, she does the intern committee, she chairs that. You are the sign language interpreter for not only us, but also one of them for the Gay Men's Chorus. In the past, you've taught dance lessons here at the church. What is it like for your whole family to be so involved in the church?
Well, when we started coming to the church, back in '92, we both enjoyed it a lot. We got a lot out of it, and we wanted to give back some. I started out as an usher, handing you your little things, please sign in, and collecting all those monies. But we went on to just use our talents in what talents we had. And Kathy is much more organized and can keep things in line, so she's on the board, they're very thankful it's not me, and they're very thankful it's her. But I have a more energetic sort of way of doing things. And since I knew sign language, when I came to church, there was another interpreter that was also here, so we would share the duties of signing, and it's just where your heart goes, therefore you go.
I noticed that at the concerts, the Game Course concerts, and also at 9 o'clock in the worship service, you don't just move your fingers. Your signing is choreographed. I mean, you dance, you move. I mean, sometimes you do like a one-arm push-up. I mean, you do all kinds of stuff as you're going. It's seamless and fluid. How is it that your act of service so energizes you to embody it with such joy? You just express joy. You're always happy with it. How is it that serving makes you that happy and that alive in your body?
Well, yeah, well, sign language, for one. If I sign most of you, half of you probably have seen me sign one time or another, but if you sign the word happy and you can't smile when you're doing it, it's sort of like it just doesn't work in my mind. And with music, you get to show the style of the song with the rhythm that you keep. Is it a slow song? Is it a fast song? Is it a proper song? Is it a sad song? Is it a happy song? Is it a calypso style song? Whatever, you get to use your body, and that too is another way of expressing the music. And when you do music for a concert or something, you obviously get the music ahead of time, and you sort of listen to the rhythm of the music and what signs you want to use to infer the feeling of the song. I mean, you just don't do the words. You got to give them what they can't hear, like they're all happy, they're all boisterous, they're very solemn, and it's the way I express what I hear.
Will you show us how beautiful the human body is and how wonderful it is to live your life in an embodied way? So thank you very much. Please thank Karen for sharing with us today.
Thank you all.